then energy absorbed. Now I have done the calculation, and I have not taken a simple thing. Human body weight of 60 kg. Doctors say 70% is liquid. So I have taken that as a 42 liter. Calculate that equation which I have given in the beginning. So that raises the temperature by 2 degrees. So in 4 hours, your body temperature will go from 98.4 to 106.4 degrees. Can you survive? I still give 6 hours, just little to be safe, right? Now instead of 1 meter, which is 6 hours, I would say that at 10 meter. So at 10 meter, instead of 6 hours, it should be 600 hours. If you are going to be exactly in that position, you are not going to move, you are there, you are absorbing it, then that is the case. But suppose you have a wall in between. I have already mentioned, wall will reduce the radiation level by 6 to 8 dB. I did not say that that is not correct. Second is that person for 60 hours is not going, the same person is going to move around, maybe going for a work, maybe coming back. So you are exposed for shorter duration in between. We are talking about a cumulative effect. So whether that effect will happen in 1 year, and I'm going to show you that people developed health problem in less than 1 year.
See, my name is Lalit Varshne, and I work for BARC, Bhava Atomic Research Center. So I would like to make some clarification, because I heard him right from the morning, and he is talking about microwave radiation generally, and people are concerned, and he is more talking about being cooked, as you asked that a person can be cooked for getting exposed to so much time. But one thing I would like to clarify, like we use gamma radiation, which if we give for, let's say, 1 megarad of radiation dose, a person gets killed in microsecond. But the rise in temperature is only by 1 degree centigrade. So what I found in your presentation, that you have missed non-thermal effects, which are rather more conclusive and maybe throw more light instead of heating up of earlobes or by laptop heating. This kind of heatings may not be very minimal, and human system is dynamic. Even if the temperature rises, the body will circulate more blood and it will cool down. So probably you will never be able to observe a temperature of 106 Fahrenheit. It may be hardly 1 or 2 degree rise in temperature. But what about the non-thermal effects? I think, in my opinion, they are most important, and that is how WHO has come out categorizing this radiation microwave as carcinogen, as in 2B category. And all of us are living in a carcinogen environment, whether it is pesticides, whether it is preservatives, and this may be only one of the factors which may lead or rather increase in the probability of getting a cancer. So in the morning that madam told that she is hale and hearty, and these kind of things cannot be predicted by observation of one or few people, and one has to look at hundreds or thousands of people to conclude that okay, this is causing or not causing. So like so many factors, this can also be one of the factors. And sensitive people or people who are on the verge of getting something, this will may add to that and get the cancer. So we should be cautious that this can be one of the reasons to be like smoke and pesticides. Pesticides, we use Kent RO and remove pesticides and drink water. But these things cannot be removed. Only we can take safety measures to avoid this thing, or these are the necessary evils which we cannot avoid.
I already mentioned right in the beginning in the presentation that see non-thermal effects are several times more harmful, and thanks to you that you have agreed with what I am saying. So these are the power density level which we measured at various places. The cancer, it is number 3 from the top. The radiation density in her apartment was just 17,000 microwatt per meter square, and she developed cancer in less than 1 year. And we have actually seen that the radiation density, anything from 1,000 above or 10,000, the health problem starts happening. And again, I want to emphasize, cancer is the last stage. It starts with the sleep disorder and leads to the various ailment. So let's see now what internationally people are saying and what we are doing. And these are again the health problems written in data from the various health experts around the world. let's see this horizontal line which says 10,000, and around that 10,000 horizontal thing, if you see, the reds are all the health problems which are associated with that. So if you see that along that 10,000, neurological brain dysfunction, we have all these leakage of blood-brain barrier. If you just count headaches, sleep disorder, they start around 100 and so on. So those are the levels where people that these are the health problems established there. Now let's come to the right hand side. This actually says guidelines for various countries. So we are, of course, as I mentioned, right on the top, USA and Canada. But what is the implementation? That is the most important thing. And then let's come over here, like China. Even China adopted 100,000 microwatt, whereas we have adopted 9 million. So again, we are 90 times more than that. Let's see here. What are the other countries which were adopting? Side, 10 microwatt. Where are we compared to 10? 9 million. So what happens in the microwave radiation? And I want to bring that point. See, this microwave frequency, let's say, which is a 900 megahertz or 1800 megahertz. See, it actually can penetrate the body. And in fact, at 900 megahertz, penetration depth is more compared to 2.45 gigahertz. And that thing which penetrates the body goes, it actually creates multiple resonances. What is that multiple resonances is that at 900 megahertz, wavelength is 33 centimeter. So at every lambda by 4, it goes through the maxima, minima, then goes to the other one. So that means roughly every 8 centimeter, it forms minima, maxima, minima, maxima. So now our body is not air, it is a dielectric material. So actually in the dielectric medium, it is lambda 0 by square root epsilon r. So it actually creates, once that energy is absorbed, it creates multiple resonances in the body. So it is creating hot and warm spots, not hot and cold spots. So what happens then? The clusters of the blood, they get heated up, or clusters of the body part which are getting heated up. So what it results in, which I experienced myself, drying up the fluids around eyes, brain, joints, heart, abdomen, etc. because water is absorbing that radiation, blood is absorbing that radiation, fat is absorbing that radiation. So it leads to most common complaints starts with depression, headache, depression, fatigue, dizziness, visual disorder, and so on and so forth. Now, these are the epidemiology studies which are reported by various countries. Now, see, you must remember, in India, technology came in 95, but scaling up started happening after relatively 203 or 2003. But real thing happened in the last 4 or 5 years. So we have to yet see that impact, but we should learn from what they have gone through. And I have not reported just one country, so many. In the Spain, incidence increase with proximity to towers, more symptoms, which I already mentioned. Now, I already mentioned this thing, up to 300 meters there can be a problem. Again, one should understand 300 meters down below is not important. It is the front. Down below, the pattern, radiation pattern is very, very important. And if you people want to see a very, very simple example, I can tell you, if you want to understand the thing, see, there is that projector over there. So from here, I can see the full light of the projector. If I move little bit here, I will see little less of light. And if I go there, it will look like that the projector is off, okay? So please, later on, you want to see the radiation pattern. This is the one very good example to see that. So next, Israel. They have reported that medical fourfold increase in cancer within 150 meter after long-term exposure. We can always say there is a coincidence. Water was bad, this was bad, but radiation was also high. Next, Germany. Why all these countries have so much khundas with these people? They have experienced that because the technology came decade back. In Germany, they have written that threefold increase in new cases at 400 meter, breast cancer, top raise, different cancers. No, I'm not a cancer expert. I'm openly telling you I'm not a cancer expert. I'm not a biological expert, but I am a professor. I can read and I can understand, I can report. Now,